All right, everybody, today's the day. We are going to go ahead and do the harvest of these 2-foot long Japanese carrots. Hopefully they grew to be 2 feet long. We're about to find out. And I've decided to go ahead and harvest the sweet potatoes because we're a week away from hitting 5 months. Now, normally anywhere between 3 to 4 months is when your sweet potatoes are pretty much done. But what I have found for my location is the 5-month mark is perfect for me. So sit back, relax. I'm gonna bring y'all along for the ride. Okay, so if y'all don't remember, back in the beginning of February, I went ahead and planted these Japanese carrots that I'm putting up on the screen right now. These carrots are supposed to be able to get anywhere between 2 to 3 feet long. Now, I didn't have anywhere out here with that kind of depth to where I could grow these the way that I felt that I wanted to grow them. So I went ahead and bought these PVC pipes that you're gonna see here in a minute, put in some good, loose, well-draining soil, which carrots need, and started growing them. And right now, it's hard to see with all these tomatillos, but these are about to get pulled. You can see the tops of the carrots right here, sticking up out of there. So here in a minute, I'm gonna clear out these tomatillos because it's time for them to go. We're gonna harvest those carrots. Now at the same time, like I said at the introduction, it's time to harvest these sweet potatoes. Now what I wanted to do is come and clear out all the sweet potato vines like you see right here going all the way up into this about 3 days ago, but totally forgot. So we're going to do it the way I've always done it, and we're just going to clear the vines, dig down in, and see what we got. Now I planted these sweet potatoes back in March, and they are definitely ready. The way you tell is you start to see yellowing leaves, which you can definitely see yellowing leaves. And then this variety of sweet potato starts to get flowers on the vines right toward the end of when they're ready. Now there aren't any vines yet, but we're definitely past the duration of them growing. Now one thing is, before you harvest sweet potatoes or potatoes, it's advised that you do not water. You want that ground, that soil, to be dry. That way when you're harvesting, you don't have mud stuck to your potatoes, because you have to go cure the potatoes once you harvest them. And you don't want to have a bunch of mud all over them. I mean, honestly, it doesn't hurt from my experience, but at the same time, you just don't want that. And when you harvest, you never wash the potato. You want those potatoes dry so you can cure them, and then they'll be ready to store or eat after about a week or so. So that is what we are about to do, y'all. I'm excited for this Japanese carrots. I don't have a clue what's going to happen here, but let me go ahead and get rid of all these tomatillo plants real quick. We'll be right back and get this harvest going. Now, I don't normally wear this hat. I've started wearing this hat this year, last few weeks, month. And here's what I'm going to say about taking care of your skin as a gardener. Do it. Take care of your skin, especially if you're like me. You're in your late 40s and you're bald. You spent your whole life out in the sun. You got to start thinking about all that stuff. So hydrate, wear sun protection. Normally I'll have sleeves on, but I'm not wearing those today. I'm gonna get a little bit of sun, sweat, get that sweat equity in on our garden and have some fun. So here we go. Okay, y'all, it's 95 degrees right now, so to say that it's hot is an understatement, and the humidity is insane. So I'm gonna grab some water real quick, be right back. Okay, hydration is done for now. Let's check out these carrots, y'all. Okay, so I got garlic growing right here, right next to all these okras. I mean, check those things out. They are growing really well. I'll go ahead and leave the basil in for now. I'll probably trim that back here fairly soon. But let's check out, before we get into these, start harvesting, let's check out these carrots. I don't see any carrot tops popping up, so we'll see, but here we go. All right, so let's start back here in the back. It grew 2 feet, y'all. Wow, super thin, right? Doggone it. Okay, well, it grew 2 feet. Let's go right here in the middle. Super short, yeah. Doggone it. It's a little thicker. I bet if I had just watered more, these would have been way better, but definitely grew 2 feet. Okay, try this one right here. Wow, y'all. Look at that thing. It's about as long as my arm. Got fire ants on my hands. Yeah, this definitely, they grew long. They grew long. They just did not grow thick at all. And I'm sure that has to do with watering. Doggone it. Okay, well, is what it is. Okay, so what did I just learn from this? 1, the carrots grow very long. No doubt about it. 2, if I'm going to be totally honest, I did not water those as much as I should have. I know that for a fact. I knew that going in. I tried to water as much as I could, but you know. So if I grow them again in those, I'm going to put a drip system on them. That way every time I'm watering, they are getting plenty of water. But what I'm going to do in the fall, about 2 months from now, maybe 3 months from now, is I'm going to do a square foot gardening method of gardening in this 32-inch tall raised bed right here. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and get, I believe it's 12 that I can plant in a square foot garden. I will set up a drip system on this bed. I'm not doing that today. So no matter what, the carrots will be watered throughout the fall, through the winter, and I can harvest early next spring. So that is what I'm going to do. Okay, now being transparent, I am actually shocked that they grew that long. Of course, that's not what we wanted to see. We wanted to see long, big, fat, thick carrots, but at least I know they grow. Now I just got to tweak how I take care of them to ensure we get those picture perfect types of carrots. So, and look, hey, this is gardening. That was the first time I ever grew those carrots. I think as a gardener, when you're trying new things, you're experimenting, and you don't know what's going to happen, once you see what happens or how something grows, then you can adjust the way that you grow them. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to show you all what I'm going to do here in a few months, right there in that bed. So I don't think it's a total loss. Everything with gardening is learning and moving forward. So that's what we're going to do with this. Now, let's focus on these sweet potatoes, because this harvest should be good, I hope. Okay, y'all, first things first, we're going to clear out all these vines real quick, and then we're going to get to harvesting. So let's do it. Okay, y'all, just keeping it real. I don't advise doing what I just did with a knife in your hand. I almost put that thing right through my arm. So yeah, do as I say, don't do as I do. Okay, so before I get told numerous times in the comments, yes, sweet potato leaves you can totally add to salads, do stuff with. I did that last year, but I'm not doing it this year. But you can use the sweet potato leaves in salads, stir fries, basically like you'd use spinach, from what I've been told. So yeah. Now, one thing, as I was pulling everything up, I actually already got a sweet potato. So at least we have one. All right, y'all, here we go. Moment of truth. I'm guessing, if I'm gonna be a betting man, let's say 2 big ones and a bunch of small ones. That's how it's usually been, but let's do it. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Okay, y'all, so what normally happens during this time of day here, this time of year, is the camera gets too hot and it literally shuts itself off because of the heat. That just happened as I was digging up the last of these first sweet potatoes. So let me show you what I dug up so far. And of course, as soon as the camera goes off, the clouds come in front of the sun. So far, that's what we've got. 2 big sweet potatoes and then some other nice sized ones. So while the other camera is cooling off, I'm gonna go ahead and use this one and continue going. Hopefully the quality in the film, hopefully the quality is still just as good. But this is my older camera that I use for literally pictures and stuff, but not for filming anymore. So we'll see, just keeping it real. All right, y'all, so that all took me about 15 minutes. Totally out of breath, not gonna lie, but really good harvest, way more than I thought. A lot of small ones, which we're gonna go over in just a second on why I think I had so many littler ones, but it all has to do with watering. We'll go over that in just a minute. Let me catch my breath. I'll meet you all over there at the table. Okay, a couple things before I show the harvest. One, I never stand on my soil like you saw me doing during that harvest. The only time I will stand on it and compact it like that is when I'm doing a harvest. And the reason I don't stand on them is because I don't want my weight collapsing all those highways that the earthworms, the mycorrhizal fungi, and all them create, all those little highways. So I never stand on my soil, and I know when y'all saw me, for those that watched a long time, probably like, what are you doing? That's the reason I was doing it. Plus, there's no way. That thing is 4 feet wide, and I can't reach across because of my back. So just wanted to clear that real quick. Now, let me show you all something real quick. I've got 4, well, you know what? Let me just show you the harvest. Okay, so check that out, y'all. Really good harvest. I'm not gonna lie, I'm incredibly happy with it. These 4 right here are off to the side because if you look at them, you can see they're just covered in insect issues. They've been chewed on, gnawed on, I'm sure by wireworms, even though I didn't see any wireworms in there this time. But these 4 are going to the compost. All of these can be used. Now, even these little ones, these little tiny ones, even those little ones can be used. You can totally cure them, peel them, boil them, mash them up, make sweet potato mash. Everything can be used. So even though they're not all the size like this, that's a really good one, y'all. All of them can be used. Now, I mentioned a few minutes ago about all these littler ones and what I think I could have done differently to make them all around this size, and that's simply watering. Now, where those big ones came out of, I had a water nozzle, a faucet, okay, all right, now where those big ones came out of the soil at, I had one of these that sprays water everywhere. All these other ones that are decent size but not big, I strictly use the drip line in that section of the bed. And I guarantee that's the reason why I only have 2 really big ones this time instead of them all being big. But I'm not gonna complain, because again, each season we're learning, we're adapting, we're changing what we do, we're tweaking everything. And let's be real, we're learning. I know I just said that, but it's the truth. We are learning constantly as a gardener. Of course, now the sun's out. Hopefully this camera won't turn off on me again. That does happen though, just keeping it real. All in all, I'm very pleased with this harvest. Both of them, honestly. Again, the carrots didn't turn out the way I wanted them to, but at least we learned something from them. And we know that they'll grow 2 feet long. Just gotta water them better. And we will do that here in a few months when we start them all over again for the fall. Everyone, if y'all enjoyed this video, as always, do me the favor, share it, like it, and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so already. I would love for you to join all of us here on this community of like-minded gardeners. Everyone take care, God bless, continue to shine bright, harvest hard. You know, the fall's coming around the corner. I hope y'all are planning for it. If you've got things that are ready to be harvested, harvest them and get that section going again. That area right over there where the sweet potatoes came out of, putting okra in. That area over there where the carrots are, putting a summer, we're going to put a fall cucumber in that area. At least that's what I think. Talk to y'all again real soon. Bye. I'm actually shocked they grew that long. So I think as a gardener, as you're trying new things, as you're experimenting, I think as a gardener,